Hello friends, Namaste. Today's video is all about heritage tourism with special reference to Heritage of India. Let me start with the explanation of heritage tourism. Heritage tourism, as you know, it's a form type of tourism. Before I start with the explanation of heritage tourism, I want to ask you what is the meaning of heritage? Heritage, which all of us know, means the legacy, the history, which we carry out from our ancestors, either in the form of their lifestyle, the monuments which they have given to us, the culture they have created, and whatever norms we follow in the society, which is given by our ancestors. So that is called as heritage. Heritage tourism is a very important concept which talks about the engagement of travelers, the tourists, when they visit to a place. The main attraction when they visit to a place for heritage purpose is to enjoy the monument, the building, the legacy which is given by the ancestors. They get involved into the various activities, that is the cultural activities, and they use the services of the guide to understand the history of that particular place in whatever form it is available. Now, let's dive into the heritage of India, which is very rich, and one should treasure the diversity India has. Which, because of this diversity, lots of heritage are available in India at its disposal. So, when we talk about the diversity of India, it is due to its the historical timeline. Any nation, any country has its own past, and because of the history, there are a lot of treasures which a nation has. So, when I talk about India's historical timeline, to start with, the oldest civilization in the world, which everybody knows, is the Indus Valley civilization, which is a well known civilization because of its urban type of planning which they had. So, if you can see here, this bathing bath basin which is available in Mohenjo-daro, which is called as Big Bath Basin, where you can see how those people during the era of 3300, 1300 BCE, they were involved into creating structures for their own society. Next, the important development which happened was during the era of Mauryan Empire, that is 322 to 185 BC, where you can find that a lot of Buddhism related activities was initiated, and Buddhism was widespread in the Indian subcontinent plus across the globe. So a lot of stupas, marvelous architecture was developed. Even Gupta Empire contributed a lot towards creating temple related to Buddhism and other religions, especially Hinduism. Talking about Mughal Empire, which everybody knows, the Islamic kind of architecture which everybody enjoys, the intricate carving can be seen in the seven wonders of the world, that is Taj Mahal, where these Mughal has given a lot of legacy through the monumental attractions. Later, when we talk about the British colonial era, which happened in 1858 to 1947. In 1947, India got its independence and the modern era started. So here, when we talk about in the British colonial time, lots of Gothic kind of architecture which came into existence. The railway structure, the palaces, the resorts, all these was developed during the colonial era. Modern independence era is which we all are witnessing. We can find new architectural structure has been created by various state level government. The present picture which I am showing here is about the NRT garden, which is very well known in Hyderabad. There are a lot of marvelous structure which are coming up in this modern era. Statue of Unity in Gujarat, and many more. So, when we talk about the bliss which we have because of this historical presence of various empire, the best five known iconic architectural heritage, which is being recognized by UNESCO as well. Okay, so when we talk about the five best known heritage monuments are Taj Mahal in UP, Qutub Minar in Delhi, Red Fort in Delhi, Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh, Konark Sun Temple in Orissa, which are being spread known worldwide because of UNESCO, which is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, which I'll talk later. So, here when we talk about the historical empires, the past, they have contributed towards various types of religious heritage which India has because of its diversity. To start with, Hinduism. Hinduism is a majority religion which has been followed, and its presence you can find in some states where the festivals are conducted at a very large scale, that is in Varanasi, Rishikesh, Tirupati. Varanasi is known for the Ganga Aarti. You can find the divine practices which are being done in such places, and lots of international tourists do visit these religious places to understand the culture, to understand the lifestyle of the people. Second religion which has been followed is Buddhism. In Buddhism, to start with, the place is Bodh Gaya and Sarnath in Bihar, where the preachings of Gautam Buddha's is there, and a lot of stupas are being built across India as well as in Asian countries. Sikhism, you can talk about the Golden Temple in Amritsar and the kind of activities Sikhism religion provides is the langar facility, which is like the community food which is being offered to people when they enter to the religious temple of Sikhism community. Islamic religious practices, which is there in India. Lots of architectural monuments, which I've said, the tomb, the masjid, which is well known in Hyderabad in North, and the Mughal, the dishes which I'll talk later now in the as the culinary heritage, you can see practiced in India. The other religious activities is about Christianity, which was during the colonial time. Plus, a lot of people find beautiful churches spread in India to start with in Goa, in Kerala, and many more places. So, talking about the cultural diversity is because of the religious practices. And as you can see, each state in India has its own languages which is being spoken by the localites. There are 22 officially recognized languages in India and 720 dialects, which showcase the varied languages diversity of India. And this is the reason why most of the people enjoy going to various places of India to learn the languages, to see how people communicate, having such kind of variedness in the language and they communicate. The vibrant festivals around the year, it starts from the day one of the any year till 31st December. Every day, something or the other is being celebrated in some religion, and which has been celebrated at a very, very wide scale. So, to name some is Diwali, which is called as the light of festival, Holi, the colorful festival, Eid, Christmas, and many more. Diverse dance form, definitely. Each state has their own folklore, and you'll find that these diverse dance form exhibit some mythological stories, some mythological practices, and the beautiful costume which each state dance forms have is really, really one must watch and understand the cultural diversity of India. So, Talking about the culinary, as I was talking to you in the previous slide, culinary heritage we inherent because of the various empires, invaders who were there in India. So regional cuisines has its own beauty and the taste. Each state has their own staple food. But when I talk about North and South, in North India, most of the staple food is because of the wheat cereals, and the other in south it is the rice cereal as the staple food. So idli dosa you can find in south. In north you can find various forms of parathas. In Gujarat, the west and the east belt, it is more the coastal influence. Seafoods are available. So this is the diversity, the heritage of culinary in India. India is known for its spices as well. So many state contributes of varied spices. Kerala is known for black pepper, whereas in North, Kashmir is known for saffron, etc. So whatever I have spoken earlier was about the tangible thing which is seen as a form of heritage in India. But what about intangible heritage? We need to discuss about the intangible heritage as well. So whenever any tourists come, they enjoy the activities through all this intangible heritage. That is the oral traditions which are followed in India about the storytelling through various dance forms I was discussing. That is Ras Leela. In this pic you can see about Manipur, Bharatnatyam, Kathakali, all these folklore and oral traditions of depicting mythological stories is the intangible heritage which one should enjoy in India. The various rituals which are practiced, so as I was talking to you in Varanasi, the Ganga Aarti, it has its own beautiful practices, beauty, to see the rituals, the spiritual activities being followed. The traditional knowledge system of India, especially the Ayurveda, uh, the Ahar, the food practices, yoga, which is worldwide known now, is need to be understood as a part of intangible heritage. So I was talking to you about UNESCO. UNESCO contribution towards preserving this heritage is really, really commendable. United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO also recognizes the intangible heritage, that is Kumbh Mela, Vedic chanting of India. Kumbh Mela is practiced as one of the grandest event in India. So, some points to be discussed is why not analyze the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of heritage tourism. As we know that the strength in India is because of its diverse population, the practices, the government involvement into preserving these activities. But the weaknesses which any nation is observing is the urbanization, the globalization is affecting so much that the inheritance people are forgetting, they are neglecting. Pollution is definitely adding to any kind of weaknesses, environmental, monumental, affecting the deterioration of these heritage inheritance we have. Opportunities which we can develop in heritage tourism is creating more of awareness, looking for people to preserve these legacies through various modern techniques, methods which we can do and have a sustainable form of heritage tourism, so that the future generation can also see what we have seen now. Now, the threat is funding, which needs to be given to a very high scale level so that we can preserve our monumental attractions which are at the deteriorating state. There is little political instability among the states or internationally, nationally, which has to be thought about when we talk about preserving our heritage. Guys, I want to know your feedback, suggestions. What was your takeaway from this particular presentation? Hope you liked my presentation. I want you to talk in comment box about what are the ways we can preserve our essence, our heritage of India. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.